Clint Eastwood isn't just a famous Hollywood actor, he's a real superstar who has been making movies for more than 60 years. He has earned an amazing $375 million, and people love watching him play tough guys in movies. Clint Eastwood's real life is just as cool as the characters he plays in movies. Besides being great at acting, Eastwood also lives a really fancy lifestyle with expensive cars and huge houses. Let's learn about this amazing Hollywood star's life story and how he lives. You're going to think it's super cool. Clint Eastwood is a famous actor, movie director, movie maker, and he was even a politician once. His journey to becoming famous happened slowly as he started making more and more money from movies because people really wanted to see him in theaters. In 1968, Eastwood was in a cowboy movie called Hang 'em High and made $400,000, plus he got to keep 25% of all the money the movie made. That was a big deal back then and showed he was becoming really important in Hollywood. That same year he made twice as much money, $1 million, for a movie called Coogan's Bluff. He kept doing well with Where Eagles Dare in 1968, where he got paid $750,000, but by 1978 Eastwood was so popular that he made $12 million for a funny action movie called Every Which Way But Loose. He didn't slow down either. In 1984 he made $5 million for City Heat, and then in 1993 he got $7 million for In the Line of Fire. With every movie role, Eastwood not only became more famous but also became known as one of the actors who got paid the most money. Clint Eastwood was born on May 31, 1930 in San Francisco, and when he was born he weighed 11 pounds and 6 ounces, so the nurses called him Samson because he was so big and strong. During the 1930s, his family moved around a lot on the West Coast because his dad had to take different jobs. By the 1940s, they moved to Piedmont, California, which was a rich neighborhood where they had a nice life with a swimming pool, membership to a country club, and several cars. But Clint had a hard time in school. He wasn't very good at his studies and had to repeat a grade in middle school. He was a troublemaker and got kicked out of Piedmont High School after he wrote something bad on the school sports scoreboard. Clint finished school at Oakland Technical High School and then worked lots of different jobs like being a lifeguard, delivering newspapers, working at a grocery store, carrying golf clubs for people, and fighting forest fires. During the Korean War, he had to join the U.S. Army, but they made him work as a lifeguard at Fort Ord. While he was there, Eastwood met Chuck Hill, who knew important people in the movie business. Chuck introduced him to a camera person named Irving Glassberg. Irving thought Eastwood looked really good and could be in movies, so he set up a meeting with a movie director named Arthur Lubin. Arthur was impressed by how tough and handsome Eastwood looked and told him he should take acting classes. This advice changed his whole life. Eastwood really wanted to become an actor, so he started trying out for movie parts. He got his first small role in a movie called Revenge of the Creature and kept getting tiny parts in other movies. Then in 1959, he got his big chance with a TV cowboy show called Rawhide that lasted for 6 seasons. The show made him famous on TV, but he wasn't a huge movie star yet. In 1964, Clint took a big risk that changed everything. He went to Italy to make a cheap cowboy movie that nobody in Hollywood cared about. He starred in A Fistful of Dollars and the movie became a surprise hit. It was so popular that they made 2 more movies, For a Few Dollars More and The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. Suddenly Eastwood wasn't just a TV cowboy anymore, he was a movie star all around the world. Clint kept making great cowboy movies like Hang 'em High in 1968. In this movie, Eastwood played a man who almost got killed by being hanged, but survived and became a sheriff to get revenge. He acted with other actors like Inger Stevens and Pat Hingle. This movie was really important for Eastwood's career, and as we talked about earlier, the movie made lots of money and earned Eastwood $400,000 plus 25% of all the money the movie made. The 1970s were amazing for Clint Eastwood. They made him one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. In 1971, he played his most famous character, Inspector Harry Callahan, in Dirty Harry. With his scary stare and his big .44 Magnum gun, he didn't just fight bad guys, he changed action movies forever. The movie became super popular and gave us the famous line, "Do you feel lucky, punk?" And they made many more Dirty Harry movies that made Eastwood an action hero for many years. But Eastwood didn't just want to act in movies, he wanted to make his own movies too. In 1973, he directed his first movie called High Plains Drifter, which was a dark and serious drama. Just 3 years later, he proved he was really good at directing with The Outlaw Josie Wales in 1976, a cowboy movie that both movie critics and fans really liked. Then in 1979, he made a completely different kind of movie, Every Which Way But Loose, a funny comedy that made lots of money. Eastwood wasn't just an action star, he was a storyteller who could make all different kinds of movies. When the 1980s started, Eastwood kept working hard and getting better at making movies while still being a great action star. In 1983, he came back as Harry Callahan in Sudden Impact, which made more money than any other Dirty Harry movie. But in 1985, he really impressed people with Pale Rider, a beautiful and spooky cowboy movie that showed his special style of directing. Then in 1988, he did something completely different with Bird, a movie about jazz musician Charlie Parker that was very personal and emotional. This movie showed that Eastwood could tell complex and touching stories, and he won a Golden Globe Award for Best Director. By the 1990s, Eastwood had become one of Hollywood's most respected movie makers, not just as an actor but as a director too. In 1992, he made one last great cowboy movie called Unforgiven. It wasn't just another cowboy movie, it was a serious look at violence, right and wrong, and justice. The movie won 4 Academy Awards including Best Picture and Best Director, which proved that Eastwood was one of the world's greatest movie makers. But he kept surprising people. In 1995 he acted in one of his most emotional movies, The Bridges of Madison County, a love story with Meryl Streep. By 1997, he was making political thriller movies and book adaptations with Absolute Power and Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, proving once again that he was much more than just a cowboy with a gun, he was an amazing storyteller. Even when Eastwood was in his 80s, he didn't slow down. In 2008, he directed Gran Torino, a movie that became really popular and showed he could still make movies that lots of people wanted to see. 6 years later, American Sniper in 2014 was watched all over the world, making over $540 million and getting 6 Oscar nominations. Just when people thought he might retire, he came back in 2018 with A Mule, proving that at 88 years old, he could still make movies that people loved. In 2021, when he was 91 years old, Eastwood directed and starred in Cry Macho, a thoughtful cowboy movie about getting older and getting second chances, a story that was a lot like his own life. Then in 2024, Eastwood surprised fans again when he announced Juror No. 2, a courtroom thriller starring Nicholas Hoult and Toni Collette. The movie is about a person on a jury who has to choose between keeping a dangerous secret or telling the truth, even if it gets him in trouble. With Juror No. 2, Eastwood not only goes back to making thriller movies but also wants to end his amazing career with a really good movie. If this really is his last movie, it will be a meaningful goodbye from one of the greatest movie makers in history. From dusty cowboy towns to the fancy Academy Awards, Clint Eastwood's story is like a legend. Even as he stops directing movies, Eastwood's amazing work will keep inspiring and entertaining people and remind us what real Hollywood greatness looks like. His long success has given Eastwood the kind of life that many people dream about. He owns many amazing houses, mostly in his home state of California. His houses show both good taste and smart money choices. Many have become worth more money over time. Now let's look at some of his most famous houses. His Carmel home was a beautiful Spanish-style house. One of Clint Eastwood's most famous houses was in Carmel by the Sea, California, a pretty beach town that he's been connected to for many years. This house was built around 1924 and was designed in the classic Spanish Revival style with red tile roofs, white stucco walls, arched doorways, and fancy balconies that show the beautiful style of that time. The house was about 4,400 square feet and had big but cozy and private living areas. It had 4 bedrooms, each with big windows that let in lots of natural light while giving amazing views of the land around it. The inside had nice details like wooden beams you could see, hardwood floors, old fireplaces, and big terraces that made it feel luxurious but connected to nature. The house also had beautiful, well-kept gardens that were peaceful and relaxing. One of the best parts was the big courtyard with stone walkways where the owner could enjoy the fresh ocean air and the quiet beauty of Carmel. Clint Eastwood bought this house in the 1980s, though we don't know exactly how much he paid for it. But after owning it for more than 10 years, he decided to sell it in 1996 for about $2.25 million. During this time, Eastwood was at the top of his career with lots of successful movies, and he was also in politics as the mayor of Carmel by the Sea from 1986 to 1988. The house wasn't just a place to relax. It was also a private place where he could find peace when he was really busy with work. His decision to sell the house might have been because he wanted to focus on other real estate projects like developing Mission Ranch and Tehama, 2 of his big projects in the Carmel area. After being owned by different people over the years, the house was sold again in October 2024 for $18.55 million, which shows that houses in Carmel by the Sea are still worth a lot of money, especially ones with rich history and connections to famous people like Clint Eastwood. Tehama is a fancy eco-friendly neighborhood in Carmel. In the early 1980s, Clint Eastwood bought a huge 500-acre piece of land in the hills overlooking Carmel and Monterey Bay. Over the years, he kept buying the land next to it, making his property an amazing 2,040 acres. For many years, the land stayed natural and untouched. Eventually, Clint had an idea. He turned the property into a private community for rich people while keeping most of it as natural land. This big project became Tehama, a high-end eco-friendly neighborhood and country club. Tehama is designed to be both fancy and good for the environment. Only 90 house lots were planned across 300 acres, leaving over 85% of the community's land untouched. At the center of Tehama is a beautiful golf course designed by famous architect Jay Morrish, which opened in 1999. You can only become a member of the country club if you're invited, which makes it very exclusive. When the empty lots first went on sale, prices were from $1.5 million to $6.25 million, with the most expensive pieces of land being up to 10 acres and having amazing ocean views. Clint kept one of the best lots for himself, a stunning 14-acre estate where he built a magnificent 16,000 square foot house. It's located just a short golf cart ride from the main clubhouse and restaurant. His house is a masterpiece of luxury and privacy. If it was ever sold, Clint's home could easily be worth between $15 million and $20 million. Mission Ranch Hotel in Monterey County, California. In 1986, Clint Eastwood bought a dairy farm in Monterey County, California, and turned it into the luxurious and fancy Mission Ranch Hotel. The ranch is located near the famous Carmel Mission, which makes it historically important along with its already amazing location. Mission Ranch is a historic treasure sitting on 22 acres of perfect land with stunning views of Point Lobos, Carmel River Beach, and the majestic Pacific Ocean. The ranch's charm comes from its carefully restored buildings, which now have 31 hotel rooms spread across 10 different buildings, each giving guests a taste of the historic estate. Mission Ranch is more than just a place to stay, it's an experience that lets guests enjoy the peacefulness of nature and the history of the land. While eating at the restaurant on the property, guests can enjoy classic American food while looking at the peaceful view of sheep eating grass in the nearby fields. The restaurant is also known for its lively piano bar, which makes dining fun and entertaining. Just 9 blocks south of downtown Carmel and just 8 blocks from beautiful Carmel Beach, Mission Ranch is the perfect location for people who want to explore the area while enjoying a peaceful vacation. Besides its pretty and charming rooms, Mission Ranch is also a popular place for special events. Its perfect setting makes it the ideal place for romantic getaways, weddings, business events, business retreats, and family get-togethers. For people who want to stay active during their visit, the ranch has the Mission Ranch Tennis and Fitness Club, which gives guests access to different activities to make their stay even better. With its rich history, stunning location, and unique offerings, Mission Ranch stands out as a true Carmel treasure, giving every visitor an unforgettable experience. Investment in Pebble Beach Golf Links, a timeless masterpiece. In 1999, when the golf course was put up for sale by the Japan-based company Lone Cypress Company, Clint Eastwood, along with his longtime friends Peter Uberroth and Richard Ferris, led a group of investors to buy the property. Their offer of $820 million was lower than other offers, but it was accepted because they promised to complete the purchase in just 10 days. Eastwood's popularity in Japan at the time may have also helped influence the seller's decision. Although Eastwood played a key role in getting the deal, he doesn't own the whole golf course by himself. Instead, he's one of the main investors in a bigger ownership group. Over the years, the value of their investment has tripled, showing their business smarts. As a longtime resident of Pebble Beach and a passionate golfer, Eastwood stays actively involved in taking care of and improving the course, making sure it remains a world-class destination. Pebble Beach Golf Links is one of the most prestigious golf courses in the world, located along the breathtaking coastline of California. With its stunning scenery and famous history, this course is not only a dream destination for professional golfers but also a symbol of luxury and exclusivity. Originally designed by Jack Neville and Douglas Grant, Pebble Beach Golf Links opened in 1919. From the beginning, it gained admiration for its remarkable seaside location, offering players a perfect blend of natural beauty and challenging terrain. Over the past century, the course has been renovated several times while keeping its original charm, seamlessly fitting into the rugged coastal landscape. The course has 18 holes covering about 6,800 yards, with its unique combination of seaside cliffs, rolling greens, and strategically placed sand traps. Some of the most famous holes include the short but dangerous par 3 7th hole, which is really affected by strong coastal winds, the stunning 8th hole requiring a precise shot over a small inlet, and the legendary 18th hole, a breathtaking finishing hole running along the coastline. Pebble Beach Golf Links has hosted many prestigious tournaments, most notably the U.S. Open, attracting legendary golfers such as Jack Nicklaus, Tiger Woods, and Phil Mickelson. The annual AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am also brings together professional golfers and celebrities, adding to the course's global appeal. Beyond golf, Pebble Beach is synonymous with luxury, offering high-end accommodations such as the Lodge at Pebble Beach and the Inn at Spanish Bay. Guests not only experience world-class golf but also enjoy fine dining, spa treatments, and outdoor activities along the stunning California coast. For those who have the opportunity, a visit to Pebble Beach is an unforgettable experience in the world of golf. Historic Pebble Beach estate Hacienda Este Madera is Clint Eastwood's stunning private estate in Pebble Beach, California, known for its historic charm and beautiful Spanish-style architecture. This estate has been a cherished retreat for years and reflects Eastwood's deep love for classic design, privacy, and the region's rich history. Built in the 1920s, the estate shows timeless Californian elegance, featuring traditional adobe walls, rustic wooden beams, red tile roofs, and carefully landscaped gardens. Clint Eastwood bought Hacienda Este Madera in 1994, attracted to its historical importance and peaceful setting within the exclusive Pebble Beach community. Over the years, he carefully preserved the estate's original character while making subtle renovations to make it more comfortable and functional. The estate has served as a peaceful retreat for Eastwood, reflecting his love for classic architecture and quiet coastal living. In 2023, Clint Eastwood put Hacienda Este Madera on the market with an asking price of $9.75 million. With its rich history, prime location, and Eastwood's famous status, the estate immediately caught the interest of luxury home buyers and real estate enthusiasts. Beyond its architectural importance, the property's value is made higher by its closeness to the world-famous Pebble Beach golf links and its breathtaking views of the Pacific Ocean. A perfect blend of timeless elegance, historic charm, and Hollywood legacy, this remarkable estate stands as a true gem within the prestigious Pebble Beach community. Cars. Clint Eastwood is a legend on the movie screen, but beyond his famous film career, he has another deep passion: cars. His collection is a fascinating mix of vintage classics and high-performance machines, each with a story that reflects both his love for history and his love of innovation. Among the standouts is the GMC Typhoon, a high-performance SUV that took the car world by storm in 1992. While SUVs are often built for utility, the Typhoon was a game-changer. Its sleek yet rugged design housed a turbocharged V6 engine capable of going from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 5.3 seconds, an amazing feat for its time. This blend of power and practicality has made it a sought-after gem among car enthusiasts, and for Eastwood, it's proof of his love for vehicles that push boundaries. But Eastwood's collection isn't just about speed and luxury, it also includes charming oddities like the Morris Minor Countryman. Introduced in the late 1940s, this compact car stood out for its wooden-framed rear body, giving it a distinctive nostalgic appeal. Small, stylish, and incredibly easy to drive, the Morris Minor was ideal for navigating narrow streets, adding an unexpected yet delightful touch to Eastwood's lineup. From rare vintage models to cutting-edge sports cars, Clint Eastwood's collection is more than just a garage full of vehicles. It's an extension of his larger-than-life personality. Each car tells a story, showing his love for craftsmanship, innovation, and the thrill of the open road. Philanthropy. Eastwood has spent decades supporting charitable causes, particularly in education, healthcare, and environmental conservation. One of his most notable contributions has been his unwavering support for veterans. Deeply appreciative of those who have served the country, Eastwood has donated to numerous military charities and veteran assistance programs. He regularly funds initiatives that provide essential resources such as housing, healthcare, and job training to struggling former service members. Additionally, he frequently lends his star power to fundraising events, using his influence to rally support for those who have sacrificed so much. Eastwood has also made significant contributions to the medical field, funding hospitals and medical research organizations dedicated to treating life-threatening diseases. His generosity has helped countless patients gain access to advanced treatments and better healthcare facilities, proving that his compassion reaches far beyond the movie screen. But Eastwood's impact doesn't stop there. A passionate environmentalist, he has long been an advocate for sustainable development and wildlife conservation. During his time as mayor of Carmel, California, he championed policies aimed at preserving natural landscapes and promoting eco-friendly urban planning. To this day, he is still actively involved in contributing to these activities. Despite his towering Hollywood status, Eastwood has never sought recognition for his charitable work. Instead, he quietly continues to use his influence to help those in need. His legacy isn't just one of movie greatness, it's also one of kindness, generosity, and an enduring commitment to making the world a better place. Politics. Clint Eastwood has never been one to stick to a single political party. While he was once a Republican, he has backed both Democrats and Republicans over the years and is now a registered libertarian. His interest in California politics led him to run for mayor of Carmel by the Sea in 1986, a race he won as a nonpartisan candidate. During his 2-year term, he donated his $200 monthly salary to the Carmel Youth Center and pushed for changes like legalizing ice cream on city streets, adding public restrooms to the beach, and helping build a library annex. In 2001, Governor Gray Davis appointed him to the California State Park and Recreation Commission, where he fought against extending a toll road through San Onofre State Beach. On the national stage, Eastwood made headlines in 2012 when he endorsed Mitt Romney and delivered a speech at the Republican National Convention where he spoke to an empty chair symbolizing then-President Barack Obama, a moment he later admitted regretting. In 2020, he surprised many by endorsing Democrat Michael Bloomberg for president. While he didn't completely oppose Donald Trump, he did express a wish for the former president to be more respectful in his public remarks, avoiding name-calling and aggressive tweeting. Personal life: Clint Eastwood's love life has been full of twists and turns. He married his first wife, Maggie Johnson, in 1953, but their marriage was not a typical one. While still with Johnson, Eastwood had several affairs, including a long relationship with actress Roxanne Tunis. In 1964, he and Tunis had a daughter, Kimber. Despite Eastwood's other relationships, Johnson stayed in the marriage and they had 2 children together, Kyle, born in 1968, and Allison, born in 1972. However, their marriage eventually ended in divorce in 1984. By that time, Eastwood was already in a relationship with actress Sondra Locke, and they started living together in 1975. But even while he was with Locke, he had 2 more children, Scott in 1986 and Catherine in 1988 with flight attendant Jacelyn Reeves. When Eastwood and Locke broke up in 1989, their split became complicated. Locke sued him for financial support, and they reached a settlement in which Eastwood helped her get a film deal with Warner Brothers. However, Locke later claimed the deal was fake since none of her projects were accepted, and she sued both Eastwood and the studio. Meanwhile, Eastwood continued growing his family. In 1993, he had a daughter, Francesca, with actress Frances Fisher. Eastwood's relationships and personal life have been just as dramatic as his Hollywood movies, filled with love, breakups, and legal battles. Passion for health, fitness, and adventure: Clint Eastwood has been passionate about health and fitness since his teenage years. During his rawhide days, he frequently appeared in magazines highlighting his dedication to well-being. A 1959 issue of TV Guide even featured him doing push-ups while sharing simple fitness and nutrition advice, encouraging readers to eat more fresh fruits and vegetables, take vitamins, and cut back on sugar, alcohol, and excess carbs. His commitment to wellness deepened after a personal tragedy. In 1970, Eastwood lost his father to a heart attack at 64, a shocking contrast to his grandfather, who had lived to 92. Determined to take control of his own health, he doubled down on his fitness habits while maintaining an intense work ethic. Though he personally avoided hard liquor, in 1971 he opened the Hog's Breath Inn, a cozy English-style pub in Carmel by the sea. He later sold it in 1999 but remained a local businessman, now owning the Mission Ranch Hotel and Restaurant. Eastwood is also a licensed pilot for both fixed-wing planes and helicopters. His passion for flying not only reflects his adventurous spirit but also allows him to bypass the hassle of traffic, often flying himself to work.